The New York Giants made a final cut claim. Anthony Johnson Jr., a safety formerly of the Green Bay Packers, a 2023 7th-round draft pick out of Iowa State, and now he is a member of the New York Football Giants. What's going on, everyone? Nick Falato here to break down the overall skill set of Anthony Johnson Jr., who will now be activated onto the 53-man roster for the New York Giants. Will join Dane Belton, Jason Pinnock, and Tyler Nubin, and possibly Javarius Owens. I'm a little uncertain what's going on with Gio at this point. We'll figure that out soon, but Anthony Johnson Jr. is now a New York Giant. Let's get into his tape and see how he combines range and fluidity with a hard-hitting, aggressive style. Here are Anthony Johnson's testing numbers. He played 302 snaps in his rookie season, starting 3 games, mostly as a free safety, playing a lot of middle of the field, closed, single high type of looks. Also played big dime in the box on passing situations and had 38 snaps as a slot defender. One big transition from Wink Martindale's defense into Shane Bowen's is the overall emphasis on reading, reacting, and attacking, leveraging your skills with your eyes and anticipation to break on the football. And Anthony Johnson Jr. has that. Similar to Dane Belton, not quite to that level. Dane Belton is very adept at that skill set, but you can see here him combine that discernment with a hard-hitting physical style of football to dislodge this ball from Jahmyr Gibbs. This was not ruled a fumble. It was ruled an incomplete pass, but you see how he's in a big dime type of situation, buzzing down into the box a little bit. Amon-Ra St. Brown is aligned just outside of this hash, but he has a slot defender over top of him. So 36, who is Anthony Johnson Jr., is just going to use his eyes to watch Jared Goff. He sees Jared Goff open up and rear back like he's about to hit this angle route underneath the Sam Laporta clear out, and you can watch how fast and quick AJ breaks on the football and then dislodges it from Jahmyr Gibbs. And this big physical hitting style is something that really pops up all throughout his game. We're going to see it on this play. Knocks the ball away from Tyler Higbee on just a quick stick route, but I also love the eyes here. That's what I really want to pay attention to. It's easy to look at the hard-hitting style, but the eyes is what I really appreciate, because you have 2 eligible receivers to the boundary side, the short side of the field, and you're going to have the man on the line of scrimmage rush. So Anthony Johnson Jr. is going to take the curl flat. You have Puka Nacua running an out route. Anthony Johnson Jr. is going to watch the quarterback. Puka Nacua is going to stem outward and then start to break outward. And watch how Anthony Johnson Jr. puts his eyes on the quarterback, reads the quarterback, and he sees that the quarterback is not going to Nacua, and he is committing himself to the quick stick route that is cleared out by Nakua's route. So you have a 3-over-2. This is an advantage defense, but the inner receiver, the number 2 receiver, Tyler Higbee, has significant outside leverage against the linebacker. So what the outside cornerback can do in this situation is read and feel the route out, maintain a positive body relationship with your receiver while also keeping your eyes on the quarterback. And if the quarterback throws to the inside receiver, which he does, you can work back through the catch point and dislodge this football. It's exactly what the rookie did on this play, and that's an exceptional football play to force an incomplete pass. And we're going to watch it from the end zone angle as well. I think this is Brett Rippon at quarterback, trying to rip it in there. How many times was that cheesy dad joke told? And we saw this use of eyes back at Iowa State. You can see he's number 1 here. Watch him just watch this quarterback. He goes back and forth, baits the throw, and almost comes away with this interception. I want to watch it one more time. So you can see how the Kansas quarterback catches the football, looks to the left. Anthony Johnson, he's just watching the quarterback, sees the slant, works underneath the slant, forces the quarterback to go back towards the right side of the screen, and then works underneath that and almost comes away with the takeaway. I love to see that. Now, another aspect of Anthony Johnson Jr.'s game that stands out on tape is the fluidity and the range. And I added this play not just because it really showcases that and his physical style, but also the throw by Brock Purdy is exceptional. You're going to see it from this angle. Watch this throw by Brock Purdy. This is on the 3rd and 10 in the playoffs. That's just an absolutely amazing dime with touch over that underneath defender. But again, let's focus on Anthony Johnson Jr., because that's what this video is about, not Brock Purdy. You're going to have a middle of the field closed look pre-snap. Anthony Johnson Jr. playing in center field, and they are going to bail into a 2 high. Anthony Johnson Jr. is going to work towards the numbers And he sees Brandon Ayuk splitting the safety. So he has to break on Brandon Ayuk, but then he sees the ball released to the dig route, and he drives on the dig route and is able to lay an absolutely phenomenal hit on Juwan Jennings, but Jennings holds on to the football to convert for a first down. But you have to be a very fluid and controlled athlete to move and operate in this manner. Your hips are completely opened towards the sideline right now. And then you become square to the 3 receiver side. Stay square. Now flip your hips again back towards the inside part of the field where you have an immediate threat clearing out your too high defense, and then break on that to get to the hip, and then understand that you need to plant and drive on the dig underneath the clear out and lay an absolutely devastating hit. This is a great play by Anthony Johnson Jr., but an even better play by the San Francisco 49er offense, and a just phenomenal throw again. But you see this range all throughout his tape. The Packers trusted him in these single high middle of the field closed looks because of his fluidity and because of his range, his acceleration, and his angle discernment. Now, this is a preseason game against the Patriots, which you're going to see gains depth, and then breaks over the top so he can play right through the hands to force the incomplete pass. You're going to see it one more time. Throws released. 36 is right where he needs to be to jump up. Tries to come away with the interception, but ensures the pass is knocked away. Triple coverage. Not a throw you want to make all the time, ladies and gentlemen. Here's another preseason rep. This is against Cincinnati Bengals. You can see all the way from, we'll run it one more time just to restart it. Because you're going to have him take the deep half of the boundary side. Initially, see how he takes a step to that way, but then the play gets extended and he's able to cover all that ground to the sideline and just narrowly comes away with this interception. Just can't hold on to it. Now we have a cover 6 play against the Rams. We're going to see quarter, half. That's cover 6, all right? So got quarter, half. He's taking the half to the field side, playing over the top of Cooper Kupp. He comes away with his interception. This is more so just a fantastic play by Jair Alexander. This is how you play a high-low, because Jair Alexander is getting high-load right here. You have the high being Cooper Kupp, and you have the low being the other receiver. Jair Alexander splits the diff, is able to high point, tip the pass away right to his deep half safety, who is executing the deep half assignment in cover 6. And he puts himself right in position to intercept this ball. Fantastic play by Jair Alexander, and good job by Anthony Johnson Jr. to work over the top of Cooper Kupp's corner route and put himself in a position to intercept this ball. Now we're going to have him. He's center field to start and then bail to Tampa 2. Tampa 2, again, a little bit different than cover 2 because that Mike, that middle linebacker, is going to drop to a deeper depth. And you're going to have Anthony Johnson Jr., who's on that hash, take the deep half along with the other safety, and he gets to the numbers. And watch him just deliver this huge hit on another high-low concept. See how the low, it's a quick hitch, and then a flag route to, I believe that's DJ Chark. And DJ Chark gets his soul stolen from him by Anthony Johnson Jr., but to DJ Chark's credit, holds on to the football. A very tough play by that wide receiver, but you could just see that huge hit on Chark to try to dislodge this football. When Anthony Johnson Jr. squares you up, it's a massive hit. That was a clean hit. You saw the flag come out, but it was a clean hit by Anthony Johnson Jr. to not lead with his head. I'm going to see some effort here to track down Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler is so short that the Packers defense could not find him. See how he's able to squeak through all of these blocks. And the backside pursuit defender is Anthony Johnson Jr., who is the man hustling right now to make this tackle. Look, Anthony Johnson Jr., there are reasons why he was cut. And a lot of them come down to how wild he is as a tackler. This is somebody who missed 28.1% of his tackles. He had 9 missed tackles on 19 total tackles. So in run support, he's an issue. He's a big hitter. He always goes for the big hits, right? He also isn't perfect in coverage, right? He has the fundamental baseline traits that you want from a safety, but he'll make plays like this, where this is a slant to Kayshon Boutte. Just a simple slant flat. And he's the middle of the field closed safety. And for whatever reason, he overplays and runs himself beyond the hash and gives himself this disadvantageous angle to tackle Kayshon Boutte when the pass was completed. And that's just rough. It's just a really poor angle and judgment by him on this play that led to a touchdown. And we don't see many man coverage snaps from him. He's usually the deep safety in zone, but here's one of him in the slot where he gets absolutely cooked by Adam Thielen. See, Adam Thielen sets him up to the inside, and you can see how his feet and his hands, they're just not aligned. And Adam Thielen gets wide open on this deep 7 route, but Bryce Young just sailed it over the top of his head. But one more time, you can see he gets worked to the outside. Beautiful route by Adam Thielen, who's still running good routes well into his 30s. And we're going to see a lot of missed tackles in a little bit, but he can make open field tackles. He's just very wild into his tackle point. You'll see right here, he squares up Adam Thielen, drives through, makes a tackle, hits low. He always goes low. It's just he dives way too often and tries to just use his strength and his force rather than wrapping up. Here he wrapped up. You're going to see a couple wrap up type of hits from Anthony Johnson Jr. right here. That's more of the tackles that he makes, though. He's going to come and he's just going to swing his hand and try to club you in the calf to knock you down. Good play right there, right? You're going to see a lot shortly, though, where it's not that simple. And he just misses. And it ends up being a huge play for the offense. And here's one with Justin Herbert. Right in the alley, Justin Herbert hits him with the hezzy, dives, doesn't wrap up. Justin Herbert picks up another 5-6 yards. This happened a lot on Anthony Johnson Jr.'s tape. Here he goes into the alley, just tries to lay his shoulder into it. This is one of the reasons why his missed tackle rate was so profound. Here we're going to have another one against Jameson Williams. Just gets spun out. Instead of wrapping up, he just tries to swing at the ankles, just secure the tackle. And I wish I could write this off just as a product of him being a rookie, but he had a 17.3% missed tackle rate his senior year at Iowa State and a 17.5% missed tackle rate the year before that. Now, in his defense, he's usually making tackles from depth, at least with the Green Bay Packers, because he was aligned from depth so often. So typically your missed tackle rate is going to be a little bit higher when you're coming down from depth. But as you've seen a lot of these are at the line of scrimmage when he was in the box or when he came down into the box. And these are more fundamentals based. I think this is correctable. You get him with Jerome Henderson, you get him with Shane Bowen. You say, hey, man, wrap the hell up. Just freaking wrap the hell up and stop trying to lay the big hit every single damn time. And maybe he will be able to secure some of these tackles and we can bring that 28 point whatever % missed tackle rate down, because that's what really needs to happen. But again, the missed tackles aside, which I think can be corrected, he has the physical, tough mentality that you want in a safety. He can set the tone. He has the eyes, he has the range and the fluidity to play single high. And I think he could fit well into the quarters-based system. Green Bay and Joe Barry ran a lot of those types of concepts as well last season when he was there. He can fit well with what Shane Bowen is trying to do. As long as he can fix these missed tackles, he can play a little bit on special teams here and there. There's certainly a reason why the Giants claimed him, and it's because he can provide value to this team while also adding an element of toughness, and that is something the Giants need. Again, this rep right here against San Francisco really just showcased how fluid of an athlete he is operating in space. So I absolutely appreciate this about his game. And again, that's just an aspect of his game that can be leveraged when the Giants do go in the middle of the field closed as a backup if something were to happen to Tyler Nubin, Jason Pinnock, or Dane Belton. So I think the Giants got a solid football player here. Alrighty, everybody, that is my quick breakdown on Anthony Johnson Jr., formerly of the Green Bay Packers, now of the New York Football Giants. Please keep it locked and loaded here. Subscribe to the channel. We will be back here if the Giants opt to sign anybody else to their active roster. They're bringing some people into the practice squad. We will see if they sign anybody else to their active roster. But Anthony Johnson Jr. joins Jerome Henderson's secondary in Shane Bowen's system. Thank you very much. I am Nick Falato signing off. Take care of each other and have a lovely day.